You want me to do the intro, eh?
Yeah, I've got the princess couch, which makes it easier to hold this microphone.
Okay, hello everybody. Hey babe.
Hello, babe.
We're back. And this is podcast number 2.
Episode number 2.
So I'm Mullane, this is Mark.
Hello.
And today, we just want to start by thanking Boot Fitness, our one sponsor who's awesome. They provide us with our fitness regime. Hey.
Cool. So thank you to Boot Fitness who provide us with our fitness regime. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cheers, Boot Fitness.
Cheers. So, what's the update with the Grace Mullane court case?
So if you're new to the show, we run segments. So we do different segments. The first segment we always crack into is the news. So the news that we'd been reporting on was a case, the Grace Mullane case, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was found guilty. What did you think of that?
Guilty of murder, and so he should have, yes. I'm glad they found him guilty.
Yeah. Why do you reckon it was? Why do you reckon they found him guilty in the end?
Everything that happened after he killed her. So and previously to like what he had done to the other girls that he had been seeing. So he met up with another girl do you want to go into it? She was giving him oral sex, and he put his whole weight on her, and she couldn't breathe, and she was obviously struggling to get off, and she had to play dead to...
So that was a woman that he met previously.
Yeah.
Right. So she gave evidence
Mm.
against him. So he had a bit of a habit of taking it a little bit too far with the rough stuff. What else was it? It was just his taking the erotic photos. If you're not familiar with the case,
the photos, yeah.
This dude basically, he killed her and he's claiming it's rough sex gone wrong. We both thought that he was guilty just because of his behaviour, and the jury went that way in the end.
Yeah.
So that's the update. If you want to, we'll put some links. I've made a couple of videos about this case. If you want more information on it, look into it. But that case is wrapped up.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It was the right verdict. Found guilty of murder. I still don't understand why this guy, we don't know his name.
Yeah.
It's really weird, eh?
Yeah, I don't know why. But I decided, because I didn't really look into it very much when it was on. But then I started going through the YouTube videos. I was shocked at like the footage that they've got of him going into the warehouse, finding the suitcase to put her body into, the cleaning products, going to get a rug doctor.
Didn't he buy a spare suitcase so that when he buried the suitcase, he could say that, oh no, here's the suitcase I bought here. So he was planning ahead. Yeah. Trying to get away with it.
That is dodgy. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just such a rare thing that happens in New Zealand. It was quite a big deal. Crazy stuff.
Really sad.
Crazy stuff. Sad.
Was he a Kiwi?
I believe he was a Kiwi. He sounded like a Kiwi in the interviews.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about the Grace Mullane murderer. He is in prison. Hopefully going to be there for a long time.
Have they said how much he's going to get? How long he's going to get?
He hasn't been sentenced, but I think in New Zealand he's probably going to get 17 to 20 years. He'll probably get 20 years, minimum parole time of close to that. We'll be hearing about this guy in 15 to 20 years. He'll probably, knowing the kind of psycho he is, just looking at what he's done, he's probably going to appeal. What do you reckon? He'll appeal, most likely.
Yeah, he is he's a psycho. Dodge.
Anyway, moving along. Next segment.
I can't read your writing.
This is just, yeah, this was another sad one. And when I was following this case, we created a segment called America, which is just stuff that was America. America. But we just sort of follow.
He wrote Murica.
America.
I'm just like, what is that?
But I was following a story that I was hoping was going to be a feel-good story, but it ended up being another one of these murder cases, which was the Anaya Blanchard case, which was Walt Harris's stepdaughter.
Who's Walt Harris?
Walt Harris is a UFC fighter who, his daughter was missing for a month, and it turned out that, she was kidnapped and murdered. In the end, I think there's been 3 people arrested. What is going on in this crazy world?
Sad, real sad.
Shocking, eh? I know you're quite scared of America, and this isn't really a good advertisement. I guess we can't really talk because we've just had a similar murder in New Zealand, but
it seems to happen more over there.
I guess
Like
I wonder. I guess we're seeing it in the media all the time. What are the actual percentages of murders and abductions and killings based on percentage of population? Maybe it's just the same as here.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because of the gun laws. That's why.
So you think there's more deaths over there because of gun laws?
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Like, if we went over there and took our kids and, our kids went to school over there, that's what I would be thinking about. Everyone and anyone can carry a gun, whereas in New Zealand, it's no one's allowed to carry guns, on the street.
Yeah, it's definitely something that would be really odd for us, going over there and just seeing people with weapons and having weapons all around you.
Yeah.
I would probably be getting tooled up, as quickly as I could, because when in Rome, I wouldn't want to be the one person at a gunfight with a knife.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that one guy turning up to the gunfight with a knife. I will be getting tooled up first thing I can, as soon as I get there.
Yeah, that's fair enough too.
Well, you'd want to be, wouldn't you? You want to be cruising around, able to protect yourself in a country like that, which is, I guess, that's the mentality of everybody.
Yeah.
So therefore, that perpetuates the situation where everybody's got weapons.
Which is really scary and sad. I
guess that's our worldview, and that's the way we see it. I guess Americans have a different worldview. Their right to bear arms, and they have a fear that a tyrannical government is going to, dominate them. Whereas we don't seem to have that fear. We kind of trust our government, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
So America, so rest in peace, Anaya Blanchard. Very sorry to hear about that. Really unfortunate. Was hoping it was going to be I was hoping it was going to be an abduction or a ransom, but it was just like.
And then she'd be found, and
It went on and on.
How horrible, for the family. Oh.
The worst thing was that this guy, who is alleged to have done this crime, he was out on bond, which I guess is what we call bail. He was out on bail for murder and rape. How can you get out on bail, or how can you get out on bond when you're
really for murder and rape?
So, knowing America, that family is going to be suing the government's ass. Well, that county or whoever let him out is going to get their ass sued.
So was it random?
Big time.
Was it a random, or did he know her?
I don't know yet. We it hasn't really come out. It hasn't come out yet. I just know there was 3 people. So there was one person who allegedly did it, and then there was a couple of accomplices who helped. But what sort of sick fucks, help another person to kidnap someone, abduct them, and murder them? It's just like, that's some mental shit.
Yeah, that's so scary.
So scary. So we've started the show off on a bit of a negative note, haven't we? Let's move on.
Okay, let's get into sport.
Sport.
We decided we'd talk about the next UFC.
The UFC. Well, it's not really the next. Is it the next UFC? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, the next UFC, which the next numbered UFC, right?
Yeah.
Which is UFC 245. The one that's actually next. Okay, what have we got next? The next one is ESPN 7, but the one after that, okay, UFC 245. Let's have a look. Fights of interest. Probably the fight of interest for us would be Kai Kara France. This is on the early prelims. Kai Kara France against Brandon Moreno, who's 15-5-1. I'm sure this Brandon Moreno is part of Nate Diaz's crew.
Oh, okay.
I think I've seen him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's part of Nate Diaz's crew. But obviously we're in the Kai Kara France.
Obviously.
Don't blink. Yeah.
Definitely on Kai's side. It's so random seeing him at the gym. It's so weird. I still get like, yeah, in my head when I see them, I'm just like, don't be an idiot, don't be an idiot. Look cool.
Look cool.
Just look normal. Just
look
you know,
cool,
you know when you're in the
Don't
whole.
look like a dick.
Yeah. You know when you're in that, when you see a famous person, well, to us, like when I see them, because you see them on TV fight, I get all like, what's it called? Like stunned, like,
like Starstruck.
Starstruck. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did initially seeing the UFC guys around all the time, especially when they talk to you.
Oh.
They go and they just talk to you like,
you're talking to me. Oh my God, he's talking to me.
and then it becomes, I guess, a little bit normal, and then you start seeing them all the time, and then you kind of just don't want to be like the creeper, so you try not to act weird, like you try to just act cool and normal, and not make a big fanboy situation about it.
Yeah.
You just try to be cool around them, and I think that's probably the New Zealand way, like you're not.
Well, you don't want to annoy them either.
Yeah,
like you don't want to be like. That's what I don't want. I don't want to look weird.
That's so true, Like you don't want to be known as like the annoying person who always goes up and talks to them, fanboys out on them, or fangirls out on them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some people just don't give a shit. Like every time they see them at the gym, it's Izzy. Oh my God, it's Izzy.
But then I don't know. I feel like you don't want to come across as like a snob as well, like snobby.
So hard to know how to handle these UFC fighters and how to interact with them.
Yeah.
Pretty much just say hello, Be polite, say hello. You might end up in a random conversation with them. Maybe. But no, yeah. I guess you just treat them like normal people, normal members. They're all pretty normal.
Yeah. Oh, they're cool. They're really cool. But I still get starstruck. Even with Eugene, who's their coach, he takes us for jiu-jitsu, and I'm just still like, yeah.
It is quite a weird thing, and I think that's one of the really cool things about Eugene. Probably a thing that a lot of people don't realize is he's really in the trenches, Like he runs every class, not just the elite guys. He's running every beginner's class.
Yeah.
Every kick fit class. He's running the Wimp to Warriors class now, like 5:30 till 7 a.m. in the morning. I think that's like 5 mornings a week. So he's just doing it. And I guess that's how he's become so good. Just refined his art of continually training people.
Yeah.
If you train people, you see patterns over and over again, and you get to know.
But he's just really like cool. He's pretty normal.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's real funny.
His sense of humor is awesome. He's very politically incorrect, which I like.
Yes. Sometimes I'm just like...
Overt racism.
Yeah.
which we won't talk too much about because we might get him into trouble. But it's just
No,
political incorrectness. It's funny.
He's funny. Yeah. I
We
think that's why
enjoy it.
lots of people like him too. And yeah. Yeah, I still get starstruck with him. It's weird because he's, yeah.
Sure, we got a bit sidetracked on that. Okay, that was meant to be UFC 245, so we'll go back to that. The prelims. Anything on the prelims that we want to talk about? Matt Brown, Ben Saunders. No, let's go to the main card. Let's have a look through this and let me know what you think. Uriah Faber against Peter Yan.
I go the other guy, Peter. Is it Peter Yan?
Peter
yeah.
Yan.
I don't like Uriah for some reason. I've never really liked him.
You've never warmed to
yeah.
Uriah Faber's
And
chin.
like, it's not that I've watched him really close, like his fighting. I mean, he's a good fighter. It's just I'm not really. I don't know. It's just I think it's the personality or something. I'm not sure. Like he seems like a cool guy. I just don't really. He's never been one of my favorites, I guess.
We all have our favorites. I think it was that probably when we got to know him, was like when he was getting absolutely dominated by Dominic Cruz.
Probably.
I think, and he just got made to look very foolish, I thought, through that whole period. Then he lost. So, you kind of just, that's the impression you probably have of him.
Yeah,
As a guy who got made to look silly, then got his ass whipped.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it wasn't ass whipping, but he just kind of got outpointed, that fight. Okay, next fight. This is a pretty crazy card. Okay, Jose Aldo against Marlon Moraes. So Jose Aldo is dropping down a weight division because he's not going to get his title back.
Who are you going for? Who have you got?
I quite like Moraes. I think Jose Aldo might struggle with this weight cut. I always thought he struggled with the weight cut down to flyweight. So he's going to an even lighter division.
Oh, wow.
And that Marlon Moraes is quite a big guy for the division. So they might be kind of around about the same size.
Okay, I'll go Aldo.
You going for Aldo?
Yep.
I'll go Moraes.
Okay.
This is what tends to happen. Whenever we have fights that we don't actually care about too much, we just end up picking the opposite so that it can be interesting.
Yeah.
This
happens every Sunday. We watch UFC every Sunday. Hey, it's our thing.
So we watch UFC every Sunday, and then we'll just go through the fights and I'll pick
them.
one. You have a turn at picking first.
Yeah.
So you get to pick Aldo for that, so I get first pick on the next one. The next card is next fight on the card, Amanda Nunes against Jermaine Durandamy.
She fighting. I go Nunes.
Whoa. I got first pick.
Oh, okay.
So
What are you going?
This is where you go, whether you go with what you actually think this is the thing I always do. I always go underdog. So I'm like going, ooh, Jermaine Durandamy. Maybe she could, but so unlikely. Amanda Nunes, the lioness, she's a beast.
She is a beast. So who have you got?
I'm going for the lioness.
What? You always go for the undercard.
Underdog.
Underdog.
Nah, I think she's going to take this out. She's just too good, I think. Especially after that last fight with Holly Holm, which kicked her in the head. Okay, so I've got Nunes, you've got Durandamy.
Okay.
Max Holloway against Volkanovski. Well, we're both going to go Volkanovski. We have to, because he trains at the gym. You get to pick on this one. Welterweight. Kamaru Usman or Colby Cummington.
I'll go for Kamaru. I don't know much about him, but I know that I don't think
fake newsman.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, but I know that I don't think I like Colby Covington.
Colby is the troll of all trolls.
I don't like those guys that are like up themselves.
Shit talkers.
Yeah.
So you're not really into the Americans call them heels.
Heels.
You're called a heel.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're like the bad guy. You like the bad guy in wrestling, you're the heel.
Oh.
So he's a heel. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so that's your predictions, that's who you've got. Let's talk about this main event. Kamaru Usman, Colby Cummington. I haven't seen it's so hard to know with Cummington. He's awesome, his cardio is awesome. We are back.
Sorry, I had to tend to my son. Just woke up from a nap.
Little George. So we were about to move on anyway from the UFC sport news. UFC Auckland coming up. Sorry, not UFC Auckland. UFC 245. I've got UFC Auckland on
It's
the
in
brain.
Vegas.
It's coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next topic. Next segment is relationship advice or stuff.
Ooh.
So let's give a little bit of a backstory on this. And it came off a Joe Rogan video, Joe Rogan clip. I'll put the link below in the description. And it was how to attract women. And it was this particular professor, can't remember his name, but it kind of got into this topic of mating matches, and that kind of out there in the world, finding your mate, there's going to be certain criteria, particularly like, for example, women don't want to meet guys that are shorter than them. It's like statistically, it's a massive thing. And then there's things around intellect and success as well. So women selecting men who are successful and with status. So it was kind of the whole thing around that. And then there was this other concept that came into it, which was the Savion signal. So this Zahavi guy had figured out through studying animals that when you make a mating signal, for it to be genuine, it has to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that was related to engagement. So that's why you have to spend 3 months' wages, right? A quarter of a year worth of salary, because that's difficult. So therefore you know it's genuine. So therefore you know that person's legit, and you know that person is worth basically mating.
Mm-hmm.
So
it makes sense. It makes sense.
So as a woman, does this make sense to you? Do you agree with it? We're going to discuss it. I'll talk about it from a male perspective. What does it mean?
I think it definitely makes sense. You, as a woman, you know, you're trying to find someone who's worthy and who will provide for you, who will...
when you say provide for you, what do you mean by that?
Well, you're going to be providing them with children. You want them to be able to provide for your children and look after your children and you. And
so is this something that's like literally going through your head, or is this a subconscious thing? Is this something that you start thinking about as a little girl, or is this something that you are now just like you think about as you come into your years where you're starting to think about settling down?
I think that's hard. I don't know for everyone, but I think it's a I guess when you're growing up, you look for the bad boy. Well, you know, girls go through that phase where they like the bad boys and the popular guys, and that would be...
So some girls like never come out of that phase.
Yeah.
And they always go for that. And what are you saying, like that you went through that phase and then you've come out of it, and then you go for the sensible option, which is to find someone who can provide for you and matches up with your requirements?
Yeah, I guess so. Like you go through life and you get a bit more mature, and you think, you know, well, I need to find someone who's, you know, has a job, has a car, you know, has ready to settle down, out of their partying phase, you know, like, I can't explain you kind of just, you grow up and you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore, and what then when you're out there looking for this person who's mature and wants to settle, if they come with a Savion signal, which is what they buy you something or they show you something about their status as a person.
Yeah,
then you are interested in them.
Yeah, I think it's them as a person. It's that they can hold a job. But I guess it's like also what sort of job that they're doing, because you need them to be able to provide a decent amount of money towards you. Isn't in the podcast, the professor was talking about how if a woman, men don't handle successful women as well. Isn't that what he was saying? Like,
so he talked about for women, so like he used the example, a woman who's really tall, so who's like 6'2", the pool of men is very low. And then also a woman who is super intelligent, so if she goes and does a PhD and she becomes really intelligent and really successful, the pool is also very low because she will not want to be with someone who is at an inferior status to her. It just won't make sense for her, so therefore she's narrowed her options, I guess.
But do you think men also people can't handle that?
What can't handle?
It would be hard for men to accept being with a more intelligent.
I think that was the implication.
Yeah.
A woman telling you what to do. Yeah, I guess so. That would be a challenge to your ego as a alpha male. Maybe if you're like not the alpha male. We know quite a few men who don't mind being bossed around by their wives, don't we, dear?
We do.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it just all depends. It all depends. I think it's a real thing because when I got out of high school, I didn't really think about this much at all. But when I got out of high school, then you get into uni. Well, I guess what Americans call college, and that's when it really hit me how big status was. Like I didn't realize, oh holy shit! If I don't have money, I'm not gonna get laid. It's kind of where you realize, oh wow, I don't really fit in with this group. Oh, okay, I better go hang out with the alternative ones. So you kind of start to see the segments. Oh, here's all the people with money. Oh, here's all the people who've got really nice cars. Oh, here's all the people who live out this area, and it wasn't so apparent.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah. And
then it becomes a lot more apparent in those years, and then as you get into your 20s, you kind of realize that I need to, especially as a dude, you realize I need to get my shit together if I want to have a decent chick. Basically, you see the odd dude that might who was a useless bum who was on the dole, who might score a hot chick. But it was always just an anomaly. Like that chick was probably going through a phase where she wanted to go out with some bad boy bum. But it might last, but it never lasts.
Or maybe she was needy. She she was
insecure or something.
And found him that way.
So therefore, we know the Savion signaling. So therefore, how do people use that? It's like, I guess for women, it's like unless a man does something for you that's not easily replicatable, then he hasn't proven himself yet, really. So anybody can go and buy a bunch of flowers, anybody can do something nice, but they actually have to fork some cash. Well, they've got to have cash, job, stability.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah.
Depends where you're at,
going for you.
Want.
Yeah.
If you're like the kind of chick who's like a hard out gold digger and is like wants to meet a like really rich dude.
Yeah.
We won't mention names, but we know friends like that.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like,
Setting your sights high.
yeah, what's wrong with that? If you want to go for a guy who's, got lots of money and that's your thing, that's what you need in a guy, then what's wrong with that? Go for that. But then I guess you got to expect, if you're just with him for his money, you got to expect him. Why is he with you? What's he?
We've seen that, right? We've seen that, like,
from you?
what do you bring to the party?
Yeah.
If he's bringing money to the party, if he's bringing success, status to the party, and you're bringing nothing as far as career or professional skills, and all you're bringing is looks, if you're like it's kind of like being the trophy wife, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're coming in as the trophy, as soon as the trophy loses its shine,
I guess
you're going to get traded in for a new trophy.
I guess you kind of have to expect that.
Yeah, that could happen. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully he's just a good guy.
Not expect it like that you'll get traded in, but expect that he expects you to look 100% all the time, and like
you are
always
there for your looks. That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Okay.
If you go for
We've
that.
covered that. Next topic. It's a real thing.
What are your thoughts? Do you believe in it? Do you think it's true? Do you have an experience you want to share with us in the comments? Just comment below.
And while you're at it, subscribe to the Tulloch Clan podcast. Okay, parenting. We're parents. So we started as parents to my child. So I've got a 15-year-old girl, and when you met me, she was what?
5.
Five.
Yeah.
So you were a stepmom to start with.
Yeah.
For ages, and now we've got our own kids. 2 kids. Sorry, a 3-year-old and a 11-month-old now. And the education system, it's like, I guess, something that we need to look at. We're thinking about. I reckon this popped into my head because we had a friend of mine came over last weekend, and they went down to, what's the name of that school? The Montessori school, eh?
Oh.
Is it a Montessori school? Some sort of tree hugger hippie establishment. What's it called again?
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I just lost it.
Where they serve vegan cupcakes. No, I'm just
ignore
being
him.
sarcastic. It was we actually went to the school fair there last year, and it was awesome. And it's a school where you go and it's all just about practical experience. What is it called? Look it up quickly, man. Look it up for us so that we can tell everyone what it is.
Okay.
It's a school where it's all it is. It's just about practical experience. You go there. There's no subjects. It's all about fun, play, and you're not forced into anything. So the whole idea is like you just gravitate towards what you enjoy, what you like, what you're talented at. So if you don't like science and maths, you don't end up doing science and maths because you end up doing something artistic like music because you're going to become a musician.
Tirangi Rudolf Steiner School.
Good old Rudolf Steiner. So that was, I don't know the exact philosophy of that particular school, but it was something along those lines. I didn't mean to be condescending to all you Rudolf Steiner hippies out there with your smoothies.
Babe, we might be sending our kids there. It seemed pretty cool. Like, we know someone who worked in a school like this one, and yeah, she said you sing heaps, you do lots of activities outside. How cool is that? It's not just sitting at a desk, listening to a teacher.
Sounds fun to a certain age, I guess.
Yeah, like primary school, it sounds cool.
Primary school. I guess the question is, like, how much did your education, like both you and I, receive traditional education where we went to like school learnt reading, writing, arithmetic, all of the basic subjects, and then we went from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works better the other way, where you get, when you're young, you get, like, you learn all of the boring shit, like the basics of reading, writing, arithmetic. You learn all of that boring shit, so that you've got a little bit of a foundation of everything. You can read, write, spell, count, and then in high school they should just let you go loose. Then you should just go do what you want to do, rather than, you know, high school being the one that's really rigid and primary school the one being the one that's really cruisy. I think by the time you get to high school, that's where you should be exploring what you want to do.
Finding what you want to do with the rest of your life. Yeah.
And primary is just about getting enough knowledge so that you can function in the world.
That's quite smart.
Maybe it's a terrible idea.
No, I like that idea, actually. Because, and when you're young like that, you absorb information heaps easier, and it makes sense. And, yeah, you come out of, you know, with the schools the way it is now, you come out of school and you have no idea what you want to do with your life. It's like, yeah. And you waste so much time, you know, you can spend so much time at uni on courses that you don't even want to do, like you're not even interested in, or you have no idea what you want to.
People waste so much money at university, going not quite sure what they want to do, but then they end up bouncing through university. There's a lot of that. It's definitely a lot to be said for. I think in hindsight, now that I'm 40 and I see a lot of younger people, I think the gap year is the way to go. I wish I took a gap year to cruise off, figure out, maybe even longer.
But a gap year to cruise off to party, or a gap year to cruise off to what?
Well, just figure out, go work. Travel, figure out what you want to work, probably, because you're probably not going to have money to travel, so just work. Try some different jobs, like some real low income shit kicker jobs, like go work in a restaurant, go work in a bank, go work in all of these different industries, figure out what you do like, don't like, get some life experience, travel, kind of figure out what you want to do. And if you know, I like envy people, if you know exactly what you want to do as soon as you finish high school, then go do it. But if you don't know what you want to do, then I reckon go travel and figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I would do in hindsight.
I think we're definitely taught the wrong, well, not the wrong things, but just a lot of wasted time learning about things that we don't even need to know in life. Like algebra. When did you last use algebra? Chemistry.
Oh my God.
Look, unless you're going to become like, work in pharmacy or where you need to know chemistry, why do we need to spend a whole year on doing chemistry? Even a whole term.
Let alone multiple years. Like, I went ahead and chose the subjects which I thought were the ones that were going to make me look good, which I didn't enjoy at all. Like, I was doing physics, and it was just so boring. And I've literally done none of it ever since I left high school. I hated every second of it, and I thought it was going to get me into university. And it was just like, I got into university anyway. I should have just done some fun shit. Like, I should have gone and done art.
Mm-hmm. Art and sport. Because
I enjoy art.
And drama.
And sport. You know, and just do fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, do outdoor recreation. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be learning more about money, how to pay your rent, how to
budgeting,
budgeting,
skills.
Insurance, how to buy a car, how to get the information about
how to pay your
card.
taxes,
how to pay your taxes,
how to not go to prison.
Yeah. Like just basic life stuff. How to buy a house.
How to finance something and pay minimum amount of interest.
Mm-hmm. How to buy a house. And make it like a interesting, fun way of learning this stuff. Because I'm sure accounting, you learn a little bit of it, but it's pretty boring. It's just
Totally. I did accounting as a subject, and it's just not very practical. It's more like you're learning out of a book, and you're getting given different, I guess, formulas and scenarios, and you do them in a book. But I saw this thing, isn't it Finland or some country over in Europe are now doing no classes in the classroom? Like, if you're going to learn how to do maths and counting, you go to the supermarket and do shopping and go, oh yeah, I'll get this
cool.
and figure it out. So it's a lot more practical application. It almost makes you want to homeschool your kids, but there's always that sort of stigma of having these hippie homeschooled kids.
Yeah, and I guess you not hippie homeschool, but I guess you just question yourself as a parent and being like, you know, am I teaching my kids enough? Am I doing this right? Are my kids going to end up, you know, not better off if we do this at home, you know, like. But then I've seen those families that travel, that spend the years and years traveling and teaching their kids while they travel. How amazing is that?
Well, that's definitely something we've talked a lot about as an ambition, and we know that we would have to do some homeschooling, but we've looked into educating kids in different education systems, and I think that's one of the reasons why we're scared of America, eh? It's like, go over to the schools and they might get shot or like bullied, or it's just, you want to go somewhere safe and friendly.
So
next topic, or what else do you reckon about this? What more can we extract?
No, I like your idea about the primary school and then the high school.
Primary school, you learn all the reading, writing, counting, multiplication, timetables, all the basic stuff you need to learn.
Yeah.
Your ABCs, spelling, and even then, from then, you probably don't even need to learn like spelling and English that hard out. You just need to read. That's all you really need to do to get that sort of knowledge. Like, I think the people I knew who were the smartest in English and reading and writing were like the ones who just read prolifically. Those bookworm dweebs who you'd see with their heads in books constantly. I know.
I was always jealous of those ones.
I was very jealous of those ones. I wanted to be the dweeb. I would be the dweeb that carried the book, but it was upside down. I wasn't really reading it. Just trying to impress someone.
You were just trying to be cool. I was jealous of those people because they've just found it so easy. They were just so smart, so easily. Yeah,
I guess being intellectual and reading, absorbing information was their thing. You get, now that I'm a bit older and, you know, you get into reading, I love information. I'm so addicted to absorbing information and learning. It's become an addiction, you know, like absorbing information. If I had this sort of addiction to absorbing information when I was at school, but I was able to just absorb the information that I'm interested in, that would be the ideal. So, like, if I was in school, when I was in school, I was interested in sport. I was interested in a bit of, like, music. If I was just said, here, all you need to do is go do this and this, and I would have just had a ball. Imagine that, and you just come out of school and you just be some sort of freak, rather than being kind of this generalist where you're half okay at about 10 different things.
Yeah. Stuff you're just not interested in. Yeah.
So, we've trashed the education system to death. The outcome is, what are we going to do with our kids?
What are we going to do with our kids? I don't know. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We've got a year and a half till the first one starts.
Yeah.
School, officially.
Yeah. Yes, we do. What's next?
And to wrap it up, we've got some entertainment news.
Frozen 2 is out.
Yay. So, Frozen 1 is a favourite of our daughter, Mackenzie. She just goes absolutely nuts. She's probably watched the movie
so many times.
40 or 50 times. Just watches it over and over again. She's got the dress. She had the birthday party.
She got the dress. She got both the dresses. She's got Anna's
dress
and Elsa's dress. She's got the gloves.
So
the books.
we'll be taking her down to the... Are we going to go together or am I going to take her?
No, I want to see it.
So yeah, it's quite funny, like all of these kids' movies are quite entertaining. So we'll take...
For adults too. Yeah, they're really
we'll take
good.
her along. We missed out on Lion King, because you were in Australia, and we wanted to go, but we'll try and squeeze that one.
Yeah.
Or is that finished at the movies?
No, I think it's finished.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. We'll just have to...
We'll have to get the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get the big screen. We'll get that. But yeah, Frozen 2. Be keen to hear what you think about it below. We'll go check it out. We'll do our review of Frozen 2. Maybe we're not going to put our kids onto the channel just yet.
No.
Are we?
No.
We've decided we're not going to get them on the channel just yet. But maybe one... Oh, no. I was going to say we get them into the review. But no, that's not going to happen. We will do the review of Frozen 2. Okay? That you're going to get 2 grown adults reviewing a kid's movie.
Woohoo. It's a good one.
Anything else? Any other segments?
No.
That's a wrap.
Let's
call it a wrap. That's episode 2 in the can. We'd love to hear some feedback. We have 2 subscribers at the moment.
Woohoo!
And we're just going to keep growing. We'll just keep pumping out the content. Love to hear your feedback. Spread the word.
Let us know what you think.